What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy Chef, and you already know what time it is. It's time for the YAK Pod, episode number 6. Now, today we are going to keep with the three-letter theme. YAK is tackling EPA. Let's get right to it. Now, what is EPA? I didn't know what EPA was, and I had to look it up. So basically, EPA quantifies how many points a team added to their expected point total. A team can add expected points by getting the ball closer to the goal line, getting a first down, or crossing the goal line itself. EPA measures the difference between a team's expected points before the snap and after the play ends. Who said that the YAK Pod is not educational? You just learned something along with me, because I just learned that today too. Now, what is the significance of that? The significance of that is this. Your Detroit Lions had a net EPA of minus 78.42. Minus 78.42 expected points in the third quarter. This year, only 3 teams had a net EPA worse in a single quarter. Washington was in the first quarter with a minus 96. Carolina, second quarter, minus 96. And Denver, third quarter, minus 107.9. Damn. We thought we were bad in the third quarter. Denver was awful. Minus 107.9? God damn. Anyway, listen. What the hell, man? I mean, I can't even explain the struggles that we had in the third quarter. And they were on a monumental level. On the monumental level. I thought we were the worst, but Denver, whew, Lord have mercy. I mean, we could all be Broncos fans and it would be much worse for us. So, we may have lost in the NFC Championship in a fashion that none of us enjoyed. You never enjoy a loss, but that one was, crushing and heartbreaking and heart-wrenching and all these things. But listen, goddamn. I mean, let's just take a minute for the Denver Broncos. Listen, I have no clue what to do about our third quarter problems. It got to a point this season where I was just like, man, take the ball. Just take the ball. You win the toss, don't defer. Take the ball, because we are not doing anything in the third quarter. And you know how they say, don't believe your lying eyes? Well, my eyes were not lying when I was watching the Lions in the third quarter. Bro, how are you a minus 78 points? Expected points. How? I mean, and it would be like every time we would come out third quarter, 3-0. Why are we taking the ball? Like, because we're just going to go 3-0. That's all we're going to do. We're going to go 3-0. Or we're going to come out and we're going to turn the ball over like we did in the Seattle Seahawks game. The defense is going to come out giving up points. Like, the defense held the offense to 7 points in the first half, and then they're going to come out and give up points right away. I mean, the third quarter thing, man, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how to explain it. It was like the Bermuda Triangle, where all of our efforts went to die. Like, when we flew over the third quarter, everything would just crash and burn, never to be seen again until the fourth quarter. Now, obviously, we had some games that we had some decent third quarters, but just for the season, man. So it was like the Twilight Zone, or the X-Files, or Twin Peaks, like just all these weird shows about weird things. All of those could be used to describe what our third quarters look like this season. But the reality is that we have no freaking clue what happened in the damn third quarter. Man, I mean, sometimes when we were up big, right, going into the second half, it was like, man, I hope we're not up too big, because when that third quarter hits, And I think that was the same thing that kind of happened in the NFC Championship game. Some fluky things happened in that third quarter. Josh Reynolds dropping those passes, Jahmyr Gibbs fumbling. Like, those things didn't really happen all season, so we could say that those things were fluky. But again, they happened in the third quarter, and what better quarter for them to happen in than the third quarter? So I need for Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn to put their heads together, and I'm pretty sure they will, man. This is a very competent coaching staff. This is a very they know exactly what they're doing, right? You could say that Ben Johnson is an offensive savant, okay, but he needs to show that savantness in the third quarter. We need more savant from you, Mister Johnson, okay. But I think they just it's got to be a point of concern. It's got to be a point of interest. It's got to be a point of conversation this off season. They got to fix that, man, because we can't be a top team in the league, which is, we're top 4 right now. We can't continue to be top team and play 3/4 of football. That's not going to work. And especially next season when everybody's giving us their best shot. You can sleep on the Lions if you want to. The media is still going to be sleeping on the Lions. They're still going to have a bone to pick with Dan Campbell. Now there's this narrative about Ben Johnson and him not being ready. And I hope that narrative is something that continues on. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry, Ben, but we love you in Detroit. We want you to stay as long as possible. I hope that narrative just stays over his head until we win a Super Bowl. And hopefully we win a Super Bowl very soon. Hopefully we'll be right back in contention this next season to win that Super Bowl. So then we can, release Ben Johnson. Like I've said before, if they win a Super Bowl, you can sell the team. You can demolish Ford Field. I don't care. I'm just playing. But, it's just like, man, once we reach the mountaintop, we reach the mountaintop. And we want to continue, going after more championships, but we've gotten a championship, and most teams in the NFL, they can say they've gotten one, that's like, if you've got one, it's great. At least you've got one. At least you've been to one, we haven't been to one yet. So, but anyway, the third quarter, and I have no idea how to attack the problem, man. Maybe you have a specific game plan that comes in. Someone said before, like, maybe you have the third quarter scripted, just like the first 15 plays of the game are scripted. We have the first 15 plays of the third quarter scripted. I mean, I would say the whole damn third quarter needs to be scripted. You don't need to stop. You need to say, all right, we may get 10, 15 plays this quarter. Let me go ahead and script 30 just in case. There's sometimes it was like, okay, we're running the ball heavy in the first half, and we are, pounding the other team, and then we come out in the second half throwing like 3 straight throws. It's kind of like you're out coaching yourself, trying to think about, okay, well, we ran the ball very successfully in the first half, so they're going to come out to stop the run, and we're just going to switch everything up to not give them the opportunity to stop the run. But you stop your momentum and you stop yourself with the pass. So maybe it's like you just have your script for the third quarter, and depending on what you're doing that's working, you try to stick to that, man. But just, add new wrinkles. If you're running the ball, down their throats and you're running mostly to the right side, come out and run to the left side. Jared, like, this is your assignment. Like, for every day in this offseason, we need you studying Tom Brady's adjustments. We need you studying Peyton Manning's adjustments. Like, we need you doing something. Bro, I don't even know what is the answer. Like, and the Lions didn't know what the answer was. The coaches didn't know what the answer was. This is strange, man. It's like a black hole. The third quarter was a black hole of nothingness, right? It was a black hole of offense, right? So many third quarters, we didn't score points, right? We didn't score points, or we could muster a field goal. Like, we didn't. I mean, we need help, man. We need help. Help needs to be on the way for this third quarter bugaboo. There's no other way to describe what. I mean, there are many ways to describe what happened in the third quarter, but there's really no way for us to wrap our heads around the solution. Like, what is the solution to a team who has a minus 78 EPA? I mean, it could be worse. We could have a minus 107.9 like the Denver Broncos, but we're up here with our minus 78 trying to figure it out. So Dan, Ben, Aaron, Shep, everybody else, anybody who has any ideas on that freaking coaching staff, players, if you have ideas, consultants, if you have ideas, Chris Spillman, if you have any ideas, Barry Sanders, Megatron, if y'all have any ideas, Herman Moore, anybody, Lomas Brown, we need to have an all hands on deck meeting to try to figure out what the hell is going on in that third quarter, man. Because like I said, people are going to be trying to punch us in the mouth. People are going to give us their best shot. People are going to be trying to prove that the Lions are the same old, and that this season was a Cinderella season. We got lucky. No one was expecting us. We were creeping up on them, which couldn't be further from the truth, because before the season started, I mean, we were picked to win the division. So somebody thought we were going to be good, right? There's going to be more fuel on the fire for the people in the league, the coaches, the players, the teams, to try to come at us as best they can and try to knock us down a peg to try to put us back in our place, right? Because we're uppity now, right? We bougie now. You know what I mean? We bougie now. So they don't like that, right? The establishment doesn't like that. The NFL doesn't like that. For sure, the referees don't like that. Mr. Brad Allen. Yeah. You thought we forgot about you. We ain't gonna forget about you, buddy. I hope you don't never, ever referee another Lions game in your life. I hope. Believe that. Don't come to Detroit. You've been warned. You know what I'm saying? You've been warned, my man. Trick. I mean, you've been warned. Don't come to Detroit, Brad. If they give you an assignment like you're in Detroit, you better not come. You better be sick that day. Hey, you better get that 24-hour walking Ebola. You know what I'm saying? That 24-hour corona, you better get it. Don't come to Detroit. But anyway, the point, we got to do something, man. We got to do something, because people are going to be coming for our heads, and we cannot be playing three quarters. We just can't do it. We just can't. But anyway, that's all my time for today. So as always, smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.